Here we see our sample data. We've got product, we've got a date, field, sales price, units sold, and sales. Let's say, for example, that we have to group all these dates per year and per month. All we want to see is the combination of the year and the month for 2012 and 2013, whatever may be there. We don't want to do a lot of formulas. We're in a hurry. So what we have to do is group the dates in a pivot, and I'll just select the relevant fields, these four fields, Control Shift down, and this gets us to the bottom because there are no blank rows. So highlighting from here, selecting this little area, holding down the Control key, holding down the Shift key, and then pressing the down arrow jumps to the bottom. Next, we're going to press Insert here on the ribbon, and now Pivot Table. And we'll just stick with the first default because our range is already there, because I had highlighted this beforehand. And then it says where to put the pivot. I'm going to say Existing Worksheet. Click that. Let's go up here and let's put the pivot right there. So you select a cell, click this little drop down again, and I will now press the OK button. And we see the field list over here, and we see the pivot area here. So I'm going to take the date field. I can either just check it and it will drop into that area, to the row labels area, or I could have dragged and dropped it like that. So what we see now is all the unique dates that are from this list, but that's not really what we want. So before I fix that and show you how to group the dates, I'm just going to take the sales figure and drop it into this values area, or as I sometimes describe it, it's the math area. We drop it in there, and if there are any dates that are the same, it adds the number together. Now we'd have to check in here. I'm not even sure if we have any dates that are duplicated. But the next thing is click a cell here in this column, which is the date field, date values, right click, and this feature is not used as much as it should be because it can save you so much time. Click Group, and I'll just move this little box called Grouping. Starts at the smallest date and it ends at the largest date. And what we can tell it is to group by, we don't want to just group by months, because what if we have December 2012, December 2013? We don't want to add that up. So I'll hold down the Control key and I will also press years, like that. Then I press the OK button, and look what it does. First we have the year, and this means that for all these dates for 2012, we only have November and December. We don't have October for 2012 because it's not here. And of course, it just adds it all up. So all the dates in here that were from the month of November for 2012, it adds it up like that. Same for down here. For 2013, all the January dates are added up. All the February 2013 are added up here. And there's a lot of March. Dates that are in March of 2013, they're all summed up together over here. Now, as I've shown you before, you can also take the same field, the sum of sales. What if you want to count the number? That's also helpful to know. So we'll take sales from there. We'll drag and drop it into there, the bottom right, the values or the math area. Now see how it's exactly the same? Excel will default to a sum every single time if all the values in here are numbers and there are no blanks. So let's change this, and it gives it a number 2 because it doesn't want to have the same exact name. So now I'm going to click the little drop down, click Value Field Settings, select Count, press OK, and look what it did. Now it's counting them. So there's only 4 values actually that add up to that number. That's interesting. And there's 6 of them, 6 values that add up to this 545, the sum of all the sales for January 2013. And for this number, there's 7 numbers that add up or are aggregated or summed up to get 7716. So June was a busy month for sales. So once again, all you have to do is click one of these cells, right click, and group. It shows us the current settings. We could change this. I could uncheck month, press OK, and watch what's going to happen here. All those months are going to disappear. It's only going to be by years. Simply two rows. The total sum and the total count, the number of rows in here where the date is in 2012. Same thing for 2013. Let's go back, right click, group, and we will say, let's pick actually years and quarters. Press the OK button, and now for 2012 we only had November and December, quarter 4. Summing it up, counting, and for 2013 we have the first 3 quarters, so there's nothing for October, November, and December. So get some sample data and play around and try to do some groupings, and later on you'll find how useful this is. There'll be many different applications for it.